when I was a kid, horror movies like about zombies were like no one under 17 can get into this film ever. This is a family film about zombies.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? I mean,
Yeah. I think kids will enjoy it because at first the zombies are really scary when they come up and there's a really intense scene where they're shown. But then the rest of the movie, they're not specifically there to torment the townspeople or eat anybody. They're there because they're stuck by a curse. And there's points where like they become silly and they become funny, and the crowd kind of feels sorry for the zombies, which I think this is a kids movie, so that's a really good way to handle it.
Yeah, it's more about like it's more about kind of the mystery of like why they've come back, and there's that scene where they come out of the ground, and that's sort of the big like kids are gonna be looking through their fingers scene, but it's kind of then it becomes about okay, why is this happening? We need to figure it out. Kind of the quest.
Very misunderstood. Very misunderstood.
That's important to hold my
yeah.
right?
Thank you. You're thinking the right way. Now, well, okay, misunderstanding. We were talking about autism. Do you think is that a big part of this? I mean, being different and being unique in a world where that's considered a bad thing.
Definitely, it's very weird that people can even think that. But I think this movie kind of helps with that kind of thing. It shows that someone that is normal or weird, don't ever treat them wrong because they're just being who they are, and one day you might need their help.
This bracelet says it all, guys.
What's the bracelet say?
You don't become a hero by
being normal.
Oh, you got a bracelet.
Nice. Is that for the movie?
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here,
cool.
you can take this one, man.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Awesome.
want
See,
one?
No, it's okay.
I feel bad.
I heard
No,
there
give
were
it to your son.
zombie slippers.
Thank you.
I heard there were zombie
What?
slippers going
Like
around,
Norman?
like Norman's zombie slippers and Norman's toothbrush. And I'm like,
Those are
so if anybody out there got any of that swag, like, come find me. I want that shit.
Yeah, they're not getting swag. You guys, we got this, and he gave it to me, so now they have nothing. That's not fair.
We'll get more.
We are swagless. Help.
You know what? Is that what attracted you guys to it?
The swag?
Yeah, the swag,
Mhm.
pretty much. Now, let's talk about your characters. I know a little bit about it, but tell our audience what you play, and I know who you are. But
My little guy is Norman, and he's 11 years old, and he's tormented at school, mostly by this guy. But the whole school looks down on him because he says he doesn't even say it, but they know that he can see and hear ghosts. But then they kind of contradict themselves later on when they need his help because the town is under a curse.
I play Alvin, who is the school bully, who almost doesn't believe that he sees ghosts, and he finds that that's the perfect reason to pick on this kid, and that's what he does the whole movie, pretty much. And he's a big pussy too.
And I play Courtney, Norman's older sister, who finds Norman very embarrassing and weird, as older sisters do. But then she goes on this adventure with him and finds out how special he is.
How much did you know beforehand when they were putting these characters together? Did you know the look? Did you know the feel before you put the voice in?
Well, I saw a photo of what Courtney was going to look like, which was great to have there. So I went full cheerleader with my performance.
Nice.
Yes.
I only knew they called me like when I was gone in San Francisco for a couple of weeks, so I couldn't really see any art. They just called me and told me that I knew that they worked on Coraline, and I loved Coraline so much. I loved how it looked, so I could only imagine that this would look along the lines of that. So I said yes immediately, and then when I came back, I went in and saw some art, and I was correct.
Yeah.
About that.
I auditioned in Australia, so it was kind of like him. I didn't really know what I was going for, but I just made my own character, I guess. And it's kind of funny, when I got the job and read the script and I still hadn't seen any art, I started drawing on the back of my script, and I wish I had it with me, but the character I drew was almost identical to Norman.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
crazy. Spiky hair, skinny, small neck, and big eyes. It was crazy.
And then you draw regularly?
No, not really. I just got
You were
bored.
drawing at the restaurant last night.
Oh yeah, I was drawing.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
want to see your drawing.
Yeah, I should get it and tweet that.
Yeah, look, we got favorite.
I know pants, man.
Now, what did you bring personally to the character? I know it sounds like such a great character. I gotta admit, I watched the trailer and I'm already like I'm gonna be crying the whole thing. You know?
I think my favorite thing about acting is kind of not bringing stuff in from me and creating a whole new character, a whole new life. So that's kind of what I did with this. I do it with everything. I work with my dad, and we just made this whole character Norman, and I know him back the front. I know what bus he takes to go to school. I know his friends, so if he has any. And yeah, that's just what I really love doing. I create the whole character and live his life.
What about you? I mean, this is a kind of a different role. You get to be the bad bully this time. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's way fun. I was really excited when they came to me with the offer because I wouldn't expect that I would be the one to play the bully. Um, but it's really cool. It's fun because when I do movies, there's always a little bit of me and my characters. But with animation, like you don't have to have that at all because I'm playing someone that's not real, that doesn't exist, and I'm trying to make a whole new fan base laugh. Like kids, my movies are rated R, so I'm trying to make people like you guys laugh. Whereas this movie, I'm trying to make 7-year-olds laugh. So it's really exciting to kind of develop a character like that.
Nice. You also, besides being like one of the coolest actresses ever.
Go on.
I'm sorry, I'm a fan. What can I say? What did you like about her? What was it that really shined for you?
I liked how volatile she was, how sort of unpredictable she was, which I think is absolutely perfect for a 16-year-old cheerleader. They're just sort of mood swings, and they go from being blissfully happy to like it's the end of the world over a spilled bottle of nail polish, and that was a really fun thing, particularly to voice, to like just throw yourself around like. Oh, it's the end of the world, Norman. You can't. And like nothing's even happened yet. It's the beginning of the movie.
How cool was that, by the way?
Freaking out about
Just
nothing.
now? That sounded awesome. Well, okay, what do you want? What are you guys hoping? I think it's the last question. What are you hoping that the audiences get out of it, and how will they react?
I mean, I think it's just fantastic storytelling. I think it's surprising, and for me, there's a lot of stuff that works for adults. I think it's hilarious, and I love that there's a kind of through line about family and family relationships, even though it is a zombie film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for like a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
My favorite type of movies are adventure movies, and I hopefully just people go away from thinking that this was like deep, very layered, but then a lot of fun and a great adventure.